A show based on the facts, honesty, the man, the myth, the legend, Constitutionalist Joseph M. Leonard.
Welcome to Constitutionalist Politics Podcast, aka CTP. I am your host, Joseph M. Leonard, and that's Leonard. CTP is your no muss, no fuss, just me, you, and an occasional guest type podcast. Really appreciate you tuning in. As Graham Norton would say, let's get on with the show! Hello, gang. Another special brief intro into today's episode. Health Weeks, the end of February, I've decided to add a fifth show of the plan that were planned for Joan Eiflin, looking at my notes, Jack LaFountain, George, I'm looking for George Dubeck, our friend DPB the rapper. Those were four planned for Health Weeks, the end of February 2025, as special episode drops. This is now special number 8 for the month and a fifth for Health Weeks. And it's what was a video exclusive I'm now putting together for the Health Weeks called not Food for Thought. Something from long ago. My brain ain't cooperating. That brain fart's actually convenient because what I'm going into is Thoughts and Prayers. That was a video exclusive prior to now about a friend with memory issues because he had a stroke. And my dad had a stroke. And you may have heard me mention before, Miss Liz of Miss Liz Tea Times out of Canada. I've worked with her, did shows with her for the Heart and Stroke Foundation fundraisers. My dad had 3 strokes. The third one put him in bed the rest of his life, which wasn't life at that point. Then it was just existence. And I was thankful to God when he actually passed naturally in the night, because indeed my dad wasn't living. He was just existing at that point. So at any rate, this relates to health because of dealing with the stroke issue, but I hadn't thought until the last minute here now to make this a fifth, or I'd have been promoting it all along, a fifth in the Health Weeks February 2025 series. Hope you, I was going to say, hope you enjoyed the show. I'm not doing this for enjoyment at this point. I'm doing this as necessary public service announcements. I hope you get something out of these important episodes in these Health Weeks episodes. So with that, let's get on with the show. Hello, everyone. This is going to be a bit of a somber and subdued kind of show called Thoughts and Prayers. For now, a video exclusive. I was going to wait and make a comment, but it would have been a few weeks from now, probably before recording a standard episode of Constitutionalist Politics, that I was going to share this news. Thoughts and Prayers episode is necessary, probably been necessary for a long time. What prompted this is I just got off the phone with a long-distance friend, an acquaintance. Consider him a long-distance friend. We've never met each other in real life, but as you know, if at least a semi-regular to this show, I was doing these shows, at least the Saturday monologues, in conjunction with thelibertybeacon.com. Well, Roger, who also coincidentally, I just recently finally dropped the show with Roger and Puck talking about generational communications, or often the lack thereof. But I hadn't heard from him in a while. I hadn't been able to get my stuff up on thelibertybeacon.com. I didn't know why. I figured something drastic must have happened, because he would not have just ghosted me. And indeed, I heard from him today. He had a somewhat major stroke. Well, how major it is remained to be determined. My father had several strokes. The first couple he had, it took time. He was able to pretty much fully recover from. The last stroke he had put him in a bed for the remainder of his life. So I know about strokes. And also, I was on with Miss Liz out of Canada, Miss Liz's Tea Time, and her Heart and Stroke Foundation fundraiser episodes, because of, what happened with my dad. So I'm sure there are lots of people in your life that need thoughts and prayers. So my heart goes out to you, and indeed my thoughts and prayers to you and your family, as well as obviously now Roger, praying that he can have a full recovery. It's going to take months before he's got his faculties all back. He was saying he's currently definitely going through major memory issues at this point, and whether he'll fully recover is an open question. How much he'll be able to get back to his life of putting things up at the Liberty Beacon, an open issue. So I'm not writing for there right now. I've got a couple pieces that were in the can that, if and when he's able to get back in the swing of things, we'll get around to putting them back up there now. But that's not the point. My concern is for my friend, first and foremost, not this show and the in conjunction with the Liberty Beacon working arrangement that I had. Really wanted to take a moment about thoughts and prayers, and indeed they're needed. And like I told Roger, in March, I've got a heart appointment coming up. I'm probably going into the hospital at the beginning of March. I have a heart valve issue that has been an issue for a while, and my body's telling me more and more I can no longer put that off. Being short of breath a lot more, having issues with the left part of my neck, my shoulder, and my arm going numb at times, a classic symptom or issue of a heart attack. I can't keep putting it off. And of course, while heart surgery, they're not cracking open the chest very much anymore, they're pretty much, in fact, my sister was just in the hospital, emergency heart surgery. They had to put a stent in. And indeed, they were normally going in through the leg now. Thankfully for her, I'm hoping and praying for me, because the recovery time is a lot easier, a lot quicker. You could get back to normal a lot more if you get through the procedure, because anytime you go under anesthetic for surgery, there is, of course, that risk you don't come out of it. But these days, heart surgery, like with Michelle and hopefully for me, going in through the arm, hopefully be able to replace that valve, and I'll be back in the swing of things in no time. Like my sister, she was in the hospital for 2.5 days. She's now saying she feels better than she has in a long, long time. So obviously the issue with her heart was there and didn't know it. It was causing issues. She's feeling better than ever, thanks to God and thoughts and prayers. She'll be able to continue to feel that way. Again, I know there's certainly no script here, not even any notes here. This is just me indeed kind of rambling, but from the heart and from the soul, out of concern, not for just my friend Roger, not for just my sister Michelle, not, of course, for me, knowing a lot of people out there are in pain of some sort, not necessarily physical pain. It could be a mental issue, a hardship going on, a work hardship issue, financial issues here and now, these times. Please, if not adding specific thoughts and prayers for someone you know needing help, add to your nightly prayers a generic thoughts and prayers for all in need in these current hard times, in hopes that we're turning a corner and they will indeed get better again. Thank you all for tuning in for this. Take care. God bless. Please pray for others. Thank you. Thank you for having tuned in for Constitutionalist Politics Show. If you haven't already, please check out my primary internationally available book, Terror Strikes, coming soon to a city near you. Available anywhere books are sold. If you have locally run bookstores still near you, they can order it for you. And let me remind, over time, the fancy high production items will come. But for now, for starters, it's just you as a very appreciated listener by me. All substance, no fluff, just straight to key discussion points. A show that looks at a variety of topics, mostly politics, through a Christian U.S. constitutionalist lens. So again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Take care. God bless. Like and subscribe to Constitutionalist Politics Podcast and share episodes. We need your help.
Wham Radio, 1600 AM and 92.7 FM is your conservative flamethrower. Weekdays, Steve Gruber starts things off at 6 a.m. Gruber gives his perspective on the issues of the day. At 9 a.m., Glenn Beck blazes the airwaves with his nationally syndicated program. From noon to 3, it's Dennis Prager. At 3 o'clock, it's Wham's own Thayrone X. On the Edge, Thayrone tells it exactly as he sees it. At 6, it's The Dana Show, your conservative alternative. At 8, don't miss Joe Pags. Weekends are filled with conservative talk as well. Fingers Malloy, Thomas LeDuc, The Abolitionists Roundtable, A Moment of Clarity with Pastor Rick, Your American Heritage with Ed Bondarenka, Dave Janda's Operation Freedom, and Dick Kupke's Trigger Talk. You can even get links to Wham podcasts from Dave, Dick, and of course Thayrone, all from their pages on our website, whamradio.com. Keep it locked on Wham Radio, 1600 AM and 92.7 FM in southeastern Michigan, and whamradio.com anywhere in the world.